Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to talk about supporting a friend who is a grieving parent. So it could be male or female. You obviously, if you've been watching my channel or the other videos, you would know I lost a 5-year old and I would know more about the female or the mother of a child who has just passed on and what she would be coping with or some of the things that they could be going through. But grief is not the same for everyone. It is never the same for even mothers will not experience the same because different circumstances surround the events of the loss of a child. So definitely people will through different things. But I just want to share, just give a small picture of what happens, because I also know this from people, from friends who have gone through the same events, like the loss of a child. And you know, I've had to be around a lot of people who are grieving or have lost children because I sort of find comfort in feeling that I'm not alone. It's an event that happens to quite a number of parents actually. And though unnatural, though painful, though we feel it's not the cycle of life, parents should leave first. But babies do pass on, as unfortunate as it is. So probably if you looked at the, you chose this topic, you either have a friend or someone close to you who's lost a child and you're wondering, how do I support such a person? Because sometimes it gets really tricky on, you do not have the skills to support them, or you kind of feel like everything you say is wrong. Everything you say or try to do is just not working. All your responses are the wrong responses. And I feel that is something to expect. That is definitely something to expect with a parent who's grieving. Almost all your responses could be very wrong. So anyway, coming into it, I think the first step that we have to talk about is the fact that parents who are grieving go through the grieving process like everyone else. Um, yes, it is quite okay. So let's look at the stages of grief, right? Or the processes that someone goes through when they're grieving. So we should be able to know in our minds that this person is definitely might be experiencing denial, as it is the first stage, like disbelief that they've lost their child. Um, some even continue normal, like okay, nothing happened, and they go on with their lives. Um, Anger is expected as part of the stages of grief, that later on they really get angry. And when it comes to anger, I've experienced it with I've experienced anger like myself. This is anger with almost everyone, like it's anger with yourself, anger with God, anger with your family, anger with friends, especially people who want to intervene, like with their theories of, the dead are gone, or you don't have to be so depressed, or you don't have to be on medication. People say so many things that can really upset a person. But then the thing is, this person is already going through much anger, like with just the process of the loss of their child. So sometimes we have to understand that this is a normal process. And when we see them do this, it is not really directed towards us, but it is just the situation that they're in. Depression definitely gets to be a part of it. Anybody who loses someone who goes through loss actually experiences depression, just wanting to move away from everything, wanting to move away from anyone. As a mother, like if we only had the understanding that this person has put all their dreams, all their hopes into this little person, or this is their child, like they have plans, they there's a great vision to all of this, and just like that, overnight, that baby's gone. Or maybe they've had to nurse the child over years. But it is really depressing. It is very depressing, and depression should be a normal part of their grieving process. They will definitely be depressed. They won't want much to do with anything, or I'm actually in a support group where I think there are about 4,000 parents who've lost children, and some even keep on coming on a daily basis. Like somebody's losing a child. And what you feel most of the time, I'm happy to be on that group because people do not know, people who haven't suffered the same loss do not understand when you shut down. They do not understand when you behave a certain way. But in this group, you have about 4,000 parents who are having exactly the same feelings, and they can just break down on the group in front of everyone, say the worst things ever, and still be in a safe space and still be treated as what they're doing as normal, because it is normal. Like nobody gets to understand what a parent who has lost a child feels like. So since we can never imagine it if we haven't gone through it, the best we could do is just be present. Just be present, understand, educate ourselves what this person could be going through, but also understand no matter how much we educate ourselves, we can never be in the same spot as them. So I was saying depression is definitely part of it. It's a normal part of it. Some people then spiral to the end, which is unfortunate for some people, because maybe they already had circumstances that were depressing them, and this is just like, tying the bow to the whole gift. The last part would be acceptance. So definitely we want our friends to come to a place where they have accepted the loss of their child. But acceptance does not mean they completely forget. Acceptance is that a parent learns to live with their wound. It's a it's a wound that the person will never get rid of. You know, I always, like, sometimes I throw tantrums on how I am still a mom, because that cannot be changed. I I still carry scars, or changes in my body that actually show that I'm a mother. Like, I have carried a child. I know the feeling of kicks. I know the feeling. Everything. I felt it before. And what actually happens with loss, also, like when a mother loses their child, they sort of have they relieve some of the pregnancy symptoms. So you actually kind of feel the kicks sometimes, or you just feel pregnant again. All those memories come back of how you connected with the child, and so forth and so forth. And those are things that people can never understand. But for the parent, it is to know that this is a painful thing that they're always going to live with. And even for friends and family, it's a thing that everybody will have to live with. We cannot act as if it never happened. I know cultures and certain religions that would like people to act as if, the death never happened, or never, the person was never here. But as friends, definitely we should understand we're just helping our friends live with that wound forever. It's not going away, and we should not expect it to go away. So here's, like, I'm just going to summarize how you can support a friend. Definitely just being present. Do not say too much, because in your talking, sometimes you can misfire. People have said very abusive things to. I've been told things that sometimes you're just like, Lord forgive them, they do not know what they're saying. And a friend of mine also talks about, somebody who said maybe the next baby will be planned. That is such a painful thing to say to someone. uh, the second thing that you could do to support them is allow them to talk when they want to talk. Do not push for the talk, but then sometimes when you just stick around, just be there, right? Do not talk too much. Be present. Just be present. Quiet, but present. Let them know that they have someone to talk to if they want to talk. And then allow them to talk when they want to talk about it. It's not one of those, the baby's gone, let's stop talking about it. No, allow them to talk about it. And the fourth thing is allow yourself and allow them to actually live with this wound. It's something that's always going to be there. You cannot take it away. It's something that has happened. We try to cope. Definitely, we have to, with everything, we have to come to a place where we are functional again. We continue, but allow the parent to live day by day as it comes, because this is a new way of life. Their sadness or their brokenness is actually a new part of them, and they're always going to carry it. So remember, if you're supporting a parent who is grieving, just give them space. Give them space, be present, do not talk too much. Like all the things that you have to say in the world, nothing that you have to say in the world is going to make things better. So just be present, just being present. I remember two of my friends, and I'll never forget them, who were present during the funeral. None of them said anything. The two of them were the greatest friends ever and still are, because all they did was come, bring their plates, dishes, and everything to help with the funeral, but never said anything to me. Never said anything. Never. Like, never told me how to sit, never told me how to behave at the funeral. Even after the funeral, we talk, and they never, ever tell me how to grieve. So that is important, because I've also learned just to move away from people who want to kind of dictate how it's supposed to be done, and be closer to people who just understand I am going through my own process, and who understand I need them to be around, and I will talk about what I want to talk when I'm good to talk about it. So guys, it's such a painful process losing a child, but as friends we can be there, and life has to go on. Life has to go on after the loss of a child. So we can definitely support our friends by just being present. Allow them to talk when they want to talk about what they want to talk about. It's such a long process of healing, and it will never be complete. But I would like to thank all of you for being good friends who actually take time to want to know about your friends. So definitely try to learn. Like I said before, be present. So guys, I will definitely see you on the next video. And to my two friends, you know yourselves. Mwah, mwah. Thank you so much. And to everyone else, I'll see you on the next video. Love you loads. Bye bye.